a Sunday, the last Sunday of November, the last day of November. Tomorrow's December. That's how that works. Already here. It's technically still Thanksgiving weekend, so we have our decorations up still. But yeah, we're here for, I don't know, the next 30, 40 minutes, depending on who's joining us today. Again, it's that time of the year where a lot of people are eliminated or clinched and don't need, roster advice. There's obviously no trades for the most part that can happen unless you play in dynasty leagues. That trades are probably already ended or ending here in about an hour once the games start. So, but yeah, I'll start pulling up my teams. I think I kind of, with all the games that have been played already, kind of set my roster a little bit early this week. But I got one: BTJ or Parker Washington. Gotta go BTJ.
Do it.
Yeah.
Are you down in that league already?
I have a 77% chance of winning. I am down, but I have a 77% chance of winning. So,
I'm actually looking at one right now. I have an 87% chance of winning, and I'm down 60 points. And partially, obviously the context is super important. I've only played one guy, and he played 4, but I still hate that. I'm like, well, now all my guys have to hit their projections, kind of a thing, right? Like,
yeah, it's funny because in the one where I'm down 10 points. Okay, I guess I don't know. He's only played one more player than me. It's not like he's played 4 and I've played none or something. And he's definitely had a blow up game in AJ Brown, but other players kind of sucked here. So, yeah, that's in our home league actually. By the way, so what else? What else do we got here?
Well, I hope you lose there.
Yeah, I know. I know you do. I know you do. I thought I had a trade here. Oh, I did. Not sure how I feel about it though. So I would get Leggett. I would get Leggett a 28 first and a second round pick in 28 for Kyler Murray, Dylan Sampson, and a 26 third. I don't really like that trade for me, unfortunately. So, morning. Taysom Hill today? I don't know. Is Taysom Hill going to play today? Should be getting updates, or should have already had updates, right, on who's in and who's out. It doesn't look like Hill's on the injury report. So, the Saints playing early?
Let's see. They're playing Miami.
Inactives. Here we go. Taysom Hill is not inactive, so we're good there.
He is early.
Yep. They've listed their inactives already. So Kamara is out. Neal is in. He got some carries last week. Yeah, I'll be interested to see Devin Neal. I do think Taysom Hill will get carries, especially around the goal line. So watch for that. That's just who Taysom Hill is. Like, if I told you he was going to get 10 carries today, I think you'd be starting him in a lot of leagues. He might not do anything with it like he did last week, 10 for 17, but can also bust off a 30-yard run. He could score a couple touchdowns. He's the type of tight end, I'll play, because if he has a big game, I probably win my week. If he kind of sucks, I'll be fine, most likely. I have other players. So that's why I like Taysom Hill in that situation there. JDAP says PPR stuff. Huh?
I was going to say Jeff Rogers has a Saints-related question. I don't know if you can't see that.
Mm-mm.
He posted it at 8:30.
No.
He's asking Gadsden or Jawan Johnson.
Gadsden or Juwan Johnson. I think I'm gonna go Juwan Johnson or
Yeah.
Gadsden.
I'm gonna go.
I might lean. Yeah, I'll probably lean Gadsden. Yeah, I'm fine with Gadsden there. Both good though. Both good
Yeah.
starts.
And then I'm guessing you can't see Frosty's question. It's right after that, even though it was, I don't know. It's weird. I can see the stuff that was posted even before I jumped in the stream. But it looks like maybe you can only see this stuff since you got in. I don't know. But he's asking the Browns D or the Texas D, Frosty 126.
Ooh. Flex one of them.
Yeah. Flex.
I mean, they're both elite defenses, right? So
yeah, Texans going against a broken leg Daniel Jones. Browns playing in
Texans.
weather against the Niners.
What's the weather? It's in Cleveland, right?
Yeah. I heard it was bad.
Lake effect snow ends, but more snow coming. It's 33 degrees there, 24-mile-an-hour winds right now. Doesn't look like it could snow later. Honestly, they're both good options. Yeah, I'm fine with Cleveland. Outside in Cleveland in bad weather, I'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, it does suck they're going against the Niners because, CMC is a monster.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Taylor is a monster.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
So, yeah. I mean, if it was both like indoors or whatever, I probably would take the Texans against Daniel Jones. So,
yeah.
He's turned over the ball a lot. So, I don't mind going Texans either. But if that weather is not, like, if it's just cold and that's really it, then I'll probably just lean the Texans. But if there's some wind or snow involved, then I'm fine with starting the Browns. Both good options.
Yeah, I was leaning Browns too.
Just double checking this roster here. Looks like I'm good. PPR sit one. You need a ceiling play. ETN, Judkins, Warren, and Olave. So who has the lowest ceiling, I guess, there of those guys? Of ETN, Judkins, Tyler Warren, and Olave.
Jalen Warren. So
Jalen Warren or Olave.
I mean, the PPR is definitely pushing me on sitting Judkins. Jesus Christ. Sitting Judkins. But he's probably going to get a decent amount of work today, given what we just said about the weather. I mean, it's between him and Warren, who I'm actually sitting, right? Like, I'm not sitting Olave in PPR, and ETN's probably the best running back there. So I'm leaning towards sitting Judkins with Rodgers back on track to play. Throwing some balls to Mr. Warren.
So you're sitting Judkins?
Yeah, I think so. But I think it's like really close though, too. I was hoping you could talk it out a little.
Needs ceiling. I'm just kind of double checking what these guys have been doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I almost feel like, I mean, I'm definitely starting ETN
and Olave. Yeah.
And Olave.
Okay.
Dolphins. Yeah. I'll take Olave there. Although I feel like the Dolphins, they've actually been pretty good against receivers, but I'll still take Olave there. I guess it's Judkins only for the fact that, like, so you need ceiling. Man, it's hard. I mean, Judkins definitely has the lowest floor. Just like they could just get dominated. That's always a case for him, right? It happened last week. We talked about it last time they played last week, and now Judkins got into the end zone 2 times, I believe it was. But you look at his box score, 16 for 47. If he didn't fall into the end zone there, you would have been extremely disappointed. And so touchdowns are a little bit hard to come by and a bad offense. I mean, you're happy if he gets one, but he also went the 3 previous games with 0, right? And you look at his last 7 games, he has 5 with no touchdowns. He has 5 touchdowns in those 7 games, but they came in 2 games. So, yeah, I'll sit Judkins. There. So, what has Warren snap share been since he's been back? Let's see here. 50% last week.
Yeah. Gainwell's working his way in a little bit. That was kind of a thought in the back of my head too. I thought you might bring that up.
Yeah. But no, I'm fine with sitting Judkins there. So Rocky, thank you. Appreciate you. We'll get to your question here then. PPR, got to start 3 of these guys: BTJ, Olave, Tetaroa, Pittman, Jaden Higgins, and Mechie. Ooh. All right, so I mean, Olave is a for sure. McMillan, I think, is a for sure. And then it comes down to BTJ and Pittman for me. I'm not going to start Higgins or Mechie over those guys. I know they've been good at times, but I'm just not going to do that personally. So I'd probably go Pittman, but maybe if you need some upside, go BTJ. I don't mind BTJ just because Pittman's really tough matchup. So
yeah, tough matchup, broken quarterback, weather.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like 3 strikes. I kind of want to go Pittman, but I think those factors are going to push me towards BTJ.
But then the argument against BTJ is just he hasn't been good.
Yeah, I know.
You know? And he's coming off an
quarterback and hasn't been good.
And coming off an injury himself.
Yeah, I know. It's tough.
I'd probably go Pittman if I need some upside. In Indy, they're playing in a dome. Yeah, so Indy, you're good there. So you don't have to worry about, right? They're playing in Indy.
Yeah, sorry. I mixed them up with the
Browns.
Not just the Browns, but also I think Jersey's got bad weather too.
Yeah.
So Jets Falcons is the other one I was thinking of.
Yeah. If you need some upside, I'll go BTJ. If you're kind of like I just need Pittman to give me 10 points and I'm probably going to win this week. I'm projected to win by 60, 70%. If all my guys kind of like hit projection or slightly below, then I'll just leave Pittman. I think that's the way I'll take that. Because I do think Pittman's going to get 4 or 5 catches that are kind of fed to him, most likely. So, this was the one that was earlier, right?
Yeah, that was Frosty.
Okay.
I didn't realize we reposted. I always start at the top and just scroll as I go.
Yeah. Let me get to Jelly of the Month here. Strange or Henry for PPR. I think I like Henry a little bit more. Both are fine, but I'm trusting, I guess, the better quarterback here. So I'm just going to go Hunter Henry. You?
Yeah, it's probably the right move. With BTJ back, so a little more competition. We've only seen 1 game back for Strange, and he was awesome, right? 5 for 93 last week. But I mean, Henry's just been good. Like, obviously, he's disappeared a few times here and there, but I can't argue with that. Like, the better quarterback, and arguably just as much involved in his offense. So
there is an argument for Strange for sure, because you look at like the games he's played and he would be on pace for a really good year. 70 catches, 850 yards, no touchdowns, but 70 for 850 is a tight end 1. So I think there's an argument there to be made.
Yeah, there definitely is. I think it's a good question, honestly. Like I might have struggled with that one if I had to make my choice.
I feel like we did this already, but the Giants. Just looking up fantasy points allowed and stuff like that. Giants are kind of middle of the pack ish against tight ends. Last 4 weeks, about top 6 or 7, least amount of points given up to tight ends. Whereas for Strange, who's playing Tennessee, the Titans are also kind of middle of the pack, closer to the how do I say it? The tougher side, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of talking myself a little bit into Brenton Strange now,
Yeah.
just because. Also, Trevor Lawrence has a history with like tight ends in general of just kind of targeting them a lot. I think he's a little bit safer, so I think maybe like you can argue there's a little bit more upside with Henry because I think he's more of a touchdown threat. Just the nature of the offense, the quarterback, and Hunter Henry's kind of been a decent touchdown tight end in his career. Not anything crazy, but he's been solid. So maybe if you need a little bit more upside, go Hunter Henry. Just a little bit more of a floor, go Strange because Henry can also give you 1 for 9, 1 for 7, 3 for 27 pretty easily. Whereas I do think Strange is going to probably get 3 or 4 catches, for, almost guaranteed. So. Then we got Jennings versus Mooney. I'm just gonna go Jennings. I know they're both, like you said, windy. Tougher matchup is definitely for Jennings, but like Mooney hasn't. I mean, yeah, 3 for 74. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of on Jennings too. Obviously Mooney's going to be the number 1 receiver there, but yeah, it's we'd like to see a little bit more from him. I mean, 3 for 74 and a touchdown is basically 1 play, and we know he's capable of that. And it was with Kurt last week, so that's all encouraging. But I think Juwan's the way to go.
I'm just looking at Juwan basically since like he came back. 7, 7, 5, 9, 6, 7. Those are his targets. Like he's almost guaranteed 5+ targets, 4 catches. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jennings there. We did that one. Oh, Frosty, if you weren't here, we liked both. I think if the weather is definitely a factor in Cleveland, I think that would push me towards the Browns. If it's just cold and that's it, if it's not windy and wet and stuff, then I probably lean the Texans playing against Daniel Jones and his broken leg. But then again, we talked about it last week. He had a good game against the Chiefs with a broken leg. So honestly, actually, I think I am going to just go Cleveland. They don't have anyone the caliber of player. The quarterback's better in Indy, and Jonathan Taylor's the best player out of anyone on the offensive side of the ball team. So I'm going to go. I'm going to avoid that and just go with the Browns.
Wait, over CMC?
True. I forgot about CMC. San Francisco.
It's all right. I forgot about Jonathan Taylor. So.
Yeah, I'll still go. I'll just go the crappier quarterback. So playing against the worst quarterback.
Yeah, CMC.
Unless that weather.
They can always just run through the air like they do with him. He's going to get. Well, all right. What's the over under?
Actually, no. I in my head I imagine the Browns playing against Shedeur Sanders. Now I'm thinking like Purdy versus Daniel Jones, who's the crappier quarterback. This is tough. I'm going to go Cleveland, though. I'm just going to go Cleveland.
Yeah. Over under 8.5 catches for CMC today.
I'll go under, but
okay.
I don't feel great about it. Isn't he leading the NFL in catches?
Probably.
Oh no, he's not. It must be JSN maybe.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's got 80.
I don't. Well, McCaffrey has 81.
Oh, well, what the fuck?
Jamar Chase, but he's played an extra game.
Yeah.
Well,
so
technically not
he's
because
a
he was suspended.
leader.
Actually, he was suspended, so technically not. It's Chase, McCaffrey, Trey McBride, Puka, JSN. That's the top 5. They all have 80. Chase has 86. All over 80. So yeah, I'm going to Cleveland. I think I'm just going to go Cleveland there. I think they're both really good options, though. Got to figure out running back situation. We got Rico Dowdle, RJ Harvey, or Vidal, and we got to pick 2. So Rico Dowdle is a start to me. So it's going to come down to Harvey or Vidal.
Even here. Against the Rams.
Yeah. I'm going to go Rico again. They're going to feed him, man. Like,
yeah.
At least in the beginning of the game. So Rams are also a little bit weaker again. We just
I thought it was receivers. Man. I thought it was receivers that were a little weaker than yesterday was
for the season, they are 3rd best against running backs for the last 4 weeks. They're middle of the pack. I'm still gonna go Rico though. Vidal or Harvey. I'm going to lean Harvey. There.
I was afraid you might say that.
Why?
No, I don't know. I kind of figured based on our conversation yesterday, but I'm going Vidal. One more go around.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just, yeah. Raiders, good matchup, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, best of luck to you too, J Dabs. They are playing in a dome. What's up, Stephen? Pick 1 wide receiver and 2 flex. We got Waddle, McConkey, Dowdle, Kenneth Walker. Okay, so the receiver is going to be Waddle. 2 flexes. So we got McConkey, Dowdle, Kenneth Walker, or Devin Neal. I kind of like how Kenneth Walker's being used as of late. They're kind of like finally moving towards him a little bit. He's playing against Minnesota, which is, middle of the pack defense. I might go Kenneth Walker and McConkey. This is PPR, right, Stefan? Where are you leaning with the receivers? Waddle?
Yeah, I think Waddle's kind of the easy one for the receiver. McConkey, probably as a flex. If it's PPR, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I like Dowdle or Walker better. I think Neal's kind of the easiest one to say, like, not this week. Even though it could be his only chance, and he has a juicy matchup.
Yeah, he could be really good.
Could be. Yeah, I think it's going to be McConkey and Ken Walker.
Yeah. I was trying to find let me see if I can find it. When did the Seahawks play last? Was it a Thursday or a Sunday game? Or a Monday game?
It looks like a Sunday. Where are you?
It
was Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to look up trying to find what want to see what Ken Walker was doing. So I'm looking for the 23rd here. Okay. Kenneth Walker played a season high 62.5% of the offensive snaps. He dominated early down snaps, which is kind of
that's normal for him. Wasn't it?
So it says Walker's dominated snaps in normal early down situations for the first time this year.
Oh.
So they've been in a 2-man rotation.
Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Walker had a okay. This week, so they had stuck with him 86% of the time on early downs. They used a majority on third downs for the first time all year, 66.7% of third downs. And this comes after Mike McDonald saying he's earning more opportunities to get the ball. So it's kind of trending towards Kenneth Walker being the guy. So I lean Kenneth Walker. I do think Devin Neal, I like any of these guys could be better than the other. Like Dowdle's good. I think Devin Neal could have a good game potentially. I personally would go Waddle, McConkey, and Kenneth Walker. And then I'm going to start the Chargers defense. I believe. Who are the Broncos playing?
Broncos are playing Washington.
Man, they're both really good. Maybe just go better defense, which is probably the Broncos. So they're both really good. Like, it's honestly a toss up there. Is there any like Chargers are at home, so there's going to be no weather concerns? Is there anything with Washington? It's on Monday night. Let's see, Washington D.C. weather looks like it's going to be cold, but that's about it. It's not even like super cold. Wait, yeah, it's honestly a toss up.
The game is tonight. Wait, are you talking about the Broncos?
It's tonight or tomorrow?
It's tonight. The Monday game is Giants Patriots.
Yeah, so doesn't look like much weather for today. It's a toss up. Probably the tiebreaker is just go the better defense, which is the Broncos. So
yeah, I'm okay with that. It is really close. I was actually kind of leaning the Chargers, but they played the Raiders how long ago, and it's like you can't really extract. Yeah, week 2. So it's like they were good then, but everything's different now. You know, there's like too many puzzle pieces to try and put together there.
I would say Geno is more of a fantasy-friendly quarterback for defenses. Turnovers, probably going to get some sacks there. So, yeah, it's honestly a coin flip. I might just lean the Broncos, but it's a tough one.
Yeah, I think going better defense with the Broncos is the way to go.
Yeah. Do I flex Keenan Allen, Charbonnet, McLaurin, or Marvin Harrison in half PPR? I go Marv.
Yeah.
I go Marv. I mean, it's nice. Like, just look at what Michael Wilson's been doing. Imagine if that's what Marv gets. Probably not, but what if, you know? So I think the other guys are a little bit sketchy to kind of start at this point. So
yeah, McLaurin coming back finally, right? Charbonnet, he's obviously in a huge split. So
yeah,
it's tough. It's tough, but I think I'll just go Marv also.
Good morning to you. Start 2, Devin Neal, Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, Vidal, Jacoby Myers, Woody Marks.
Man, this is like exercise in madness right here, having Franklin and Sutton.
Yeah.
It's like Franklin's been out targeting him, but, you know, we still keep the light on for Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, so you're starting 2 here. I think I'm for sure.
If you had to start one of those receivers, I'm not saying you're going to pick one, but who are you starting?
Franklin.
Yeah, I know. I think it is Franklin at this point, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be wrong when Sutton gets 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Even though he only has like 2 on the whole year. No, he's got 4 actually.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes. I might go 2 running backs here. Is it PPR? He didn't assume it is when people don't put it. I'm going to eliminate Jacoby Myers.
So you're leaving Marks and Vidal?
Yeah, probably. Probably. I don't mind Devin Neal either. I don't mind taking a shot on Neal. So it is PPR. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Marks and Vidal. I don't mind Devin Neal either. I think I might just avoid the receivers in this situation. So I don't think none of them have been like super high PPR guys. Cortland Sutton, the most he's had over the last like 6 weeks or so is 6. And, he's had multiple, basically everything else is 4 or under. Troy Franklin's also not a big PPR guy either. He's been more consistent, obviously, but Myers is a bit more of a PPR guy, but it's going to be interesting. BTJ back, how's that all kind of play out here?
And Strange. So, he was there last week also, but
yeah, and Strange. So I'm going to go Marks and Vidal. I don't mind if you want to start Neal. I would start, if you were going to start Neal over one of those guys, I would start him over Vidal if I had to choose between those two. And that's probably the way I'm going to go, even though the matchup for who are the Texans playing again?
Indy.
Indy. The matchup for the Broncos receivers is pretty good too, right? For Washington. So
yeah.
That's what kind of makes it a little tough. Where are you going?
I was hoping you would stall a little longer so I could actually make a decision. This is like when you have like 3 things you want to like eat at a restaurant, and you're like, the server comes up and says, "Okay, you guys ready?" And you say, "Yeah, but I want to go last." Like,
yeah,
then you got to make like a breakneck decision. I was honestly leaning Franklin, and Vidal. So I think that's like completely different than you.
Franklin and Vidal.
Yeah. Or were you saying Vidal and Marks?
I was saying Vidal and Marks, but I'm fine with Franklin and Vidal too. It's honestly like
it's kind of where I'm at, I think.
It's one of these decisions where you're probably going to make the wrong choice. That's just the nature of fantasy. And when you have a group of guys like this, you literally have like 6 guys that I don't see a whole lot of difference in. You're probably going to make the wrong choice. I would say the safest is probably Franklin and Marks, right? To give you like a floor. Yeah. I think those 2 would probably be the safest. I mean, is that fair to say with Franklin? He's given you a floor, right? Like each week.
Yeah, I'd say so at this point.
4 for 84, 5 for 40 and a touchdown, 4 for 27, 6 for 89, 2 touchdowns. That's in the last 4 weeks. So maybe he doesn't have like the safest floor, but I feel pretty confident he has a 10-point floor in him against the Commanders. Marks is going to get a good amount of work. He's not going to necessarily catch a lot of passes. If he catches 2, you're happy, but he's probably going to give you close to 15. He's going to give you 15 plus touches. So he's also probably going to give you, hopefully 10 PPR points if he catches 2 passes. Devin Neal's a little bit of a wild card. He could have some upside, could also have a bit of a floor. Vidal probably has a good floor as well. But yeah, that's a really tough one there, Aiden. It really is. I'm going to go Marks and Vidal. My brother's going to go Franklin and Vidal. And maybe you can be the tiebreaker there for yourself. Killer Gorilla is here. He says, a serious question. He's 12-0 in his big money redraft league. Would you trade Javonte Williams for Drake London? Ooh,
then he says he's got Gibbs and Achane, JSN, Olave, Kittle. So let's see. Does he say format? Wait, maybe down here.
Assume it's PPR.
I
went London over Javonte.
Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say that.
Yeah, I mean, just look at what London's been doing.
0 points last week, 0 points this week.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that stretch though. Like,
yeah, I know he was a insane monster.
I would want Drake London, Killer Gorilla. I mean, if you can start all these guys, so Gibbs, Achane, JSN, Olave, Drake London is in there. If you're starting, like, if it's basically like you're upgrading. I'm curious how you're like. What's the benefit for the other player to do this? Is he like just stacked at receiver or something? I'm a little bit curious there, but
maybe he needs a starter this week. Oh, well, I guess he already played, didn't he? So
he already played, yeah, and London's playing this week too.
That doesn't help.
London is playing this week, right? I'm not missing
No,
something there. Or is he out?
he's ruled out.
Oh, he is ruled out. That's right.
That's why I said 0 for this week.
What's his status here?
He got ruled out 2 days ago. And it's a knee. I know they basically said, there was a possibility he was even going to play. Like, he was basically doubtful for week 11 all through the week. Not ruled out at the last minute or anything, but they ruled him out a few days ago for today's matchup. So,
yeah, I guess the only concern here, Killer Gorilla, is like the Falcons are basically out of it, and if London's gonna miss, I mean, he's bye week in week 14, but if he's gonna miss like 15, 16 or something, then like he obviously like there's a chance there he misses more. I don't care about the bye week in week 14. You're 12-0, so like that doesn't bother me at all.
No, I think what you brought up is a good point though. Like, there's no reason to like rush him back or anything like that. Not that they necessarily have to rush him if he's going to miss, obviously, this weekend, next automatically. Players do want to play, but they also got to protect these guys that are part of their future. So I think I'm just going to stick with Javonte, actually.
Man. But if London comes back in week 15, you're easily taking London, right? Like, no question.
Yeah, I just think the question mark is enough to keep me from doing that. So I brought this one up to you yesterday. Let's see if anything's changed. I've got Marvin Harrison, Michael Wilson, and Trey McBride all on one team.
Start them all.
I know, right? There's 30 catches from Jacoby Brissett right there. Yeah. The only swap that I could really like realistically make, or that I would even feel good about and not good about at the same time, is either a couple of Chargers, either Huge or Vidal.
I'm fine with Vidal over like a Michael Wilson or something.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, just to like diversify a little bit. Like, I don't want to be completely in on the Cardinals necessarily.
Yeah. I did want to wrap this up real quick though. So
sorry.
No, you're fine. What's your backup plan, Killer Gorilla? Like, let's just say you make this trade and London doesn't play during the playoffs and stuff. Like, who are you starting over him, in replace of him? Because that, if you still have like a decent starter to put in, I might be willing to take that risk. That's like you're 12-0, so you obviously have a really good team. And so like maybe you don't even need to make this trade, but like that could be a little bit of a tiebreaker for me there.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good point, actually. Like, who is your replacement player if London is nothing for the rest of the season?
Yeah. So I don't mind taking that risk. It is a pretty big risk there, but man, if London comes back in week 15, like you just added a major piece to your team, And by the way, like this coaching staff is potentially on the out. Like they could get fired, so like they might want London back to like, hey, let's win our last 4 games and make it look good for us, type of thing. Like they have incentive to do it. Players want to play as well. So unless it comes down from like, the GM or the owner or whatever. So it is going to depend on that replacement player there a little bit there, Killer Gorilla. I don't know if you're still here. Good luck to you, Kevin. PPR roll. Smitty says PPR rolling with Gainwell over Dowdle due to matchup. Rogers playing hurt is probably from behind. Chance for a lot of checks downs thoughts. I would still go Dowdle over Gainwell. I don't mind like the logic there. But I'm still gonna play Dowdle over. All it takes for you to be happy probably is the Panthers find themselves, in at the goal line and they hand it to Dowdle and he gets into the end zone, plus, he's going to get a lot of touches and stuff. So I don't mind it though. Gainwell's been awesome. 13 catches the last 2 weeks. So like, I don't mind the logic there.
Yeah. Dowdle's going to catch passes though too. Or, have the targets, the potential to catch them. I did not realize at first I was kind of like PPR Gainwell, like check downs. What is this? What is Smitty talking about? Like I have not been paying attention to Gainwell at all. It's like, holy shit, he's been super involved the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
One down game in there, catch wise anyways. Like I knew he was playing because I know Bree's been flexing him the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah. It is. I'm just making sure my rosters are good here. I just saw that I had Achane on the bench. So in a league where I need to beat my opponent.
I was going to say, how does that happen? But was he on bye last week?
Yeah, he was on bye.
Yeah, I thought so.
Would you play Tyler Shuck or Tua Tagovailoa? They're playing each other. No, I'm playing Tua. But I do like me some Shuck. No, he's played.
All right, the harvest is done. The shuck is done.
Shucking that corn. Okay, I'm rolling with Bucky in that league because I kind of have to. Bucky, Irving, or Evan Ingram in tight end premium, or Mechie. Bucky it is. I don't think there's anyone else here to replace. No. This team here looks good.
Oh, shit.
Jackson Dart over Shuck. Yes.
I hate one thing that I hate about MFL, the website, is they will still guys will have the O next to them that they're out, and they're still projected for points. It's like, come on, you guys.
And they still put them in your starting lineup and stuff.
Yeah, I had Kamara in right now, and it's like, oh well, I got Britton Strange and it's tight end premium. What's going on here? But that's why you do not trust the computers until they officially take over, and then in which case I bow to the robot overlords.
Yeah, there's still so many things where it's just like, technology, the computers are still a ways away from taking over.
That's what they want you to think.
It would have to be Josh Downs. So Josh Downs would be his replacement. But the reasoning is the other Super Bowl favorite traded Pickens for Puka and has Taylor. Okay, so you're saying they got Puka, traded Pickens for Puka and have Taylor. So okay. The other favorite in the team has Puka, JT.
Yeah, so he's shooting for high ceiling.
He does have a first round bye, so he doesn't necessarily need London in week 15 either.
Right.
Well, he definitely doesn't need him. So, yeah, I'm willing to take that risk. It is a risk, though. It is a risk, but I'm willing to go for it there. That being said, if you don't make it, I think you'll be fine with your team. Javante's been good, this year. He's a little bit of a trap back at times, but I think with the Cowboys and how they're playing now, they seem to be turning it on right now. They're going to be in some games. I think Javante's still going to be pretty good there. So, I don't mind making that move for it. I really don't, but it is a pretty big risk there, and it's a drop off from starting Josh Downs in your lineup, right? So, yeah. Let us know what you do, Philip Gorilla. I would make the move, but let us know what you do there. Bucky Irving versus BTJ as a flex PPR. Ooh, that's a fun one. Bucky's on a touch. They said he's going to be on a a limited touch or whatever they said yesterday.
Yeah, we'll see.
You going Bucky?
Yeah. What's that?
You're going Bucky then?
I don't know. I'm super nervous about starting him. I'm only starting him where I absolutely have to. And this is probably pretty close, right? Because like you said, BTJ hasn't been good himself and coming back from an injury. Who is Jacksonville playing? I know we probably already said it, but I'm like reading through a bunch of. They're playing the Titans. Okay, so no scary.
Yeah, I'll probably go BTJ.
Yeah, you know what? I will too. Hopefully they try and get him going.
Yeah.
Because they need him to, and they're obviously they need to keep doing their thing. They're well in playoff contention. They need him to get going. So build that confidence up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with all the intangible stuff, like not actual stats or anything.
Who would you
make him feel good about himself?
Here? I'm just checking Dad's lineups.
Yeah. Let's see. Bench 2. Who am I most nervous about? God, it seems weird to say bench Bucky over Devin Neal. PPR, didn't Neal get like 7 catches last week or something?
Devin Neal?
Yeah.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder how much that holds up because they weren't even really throwing to Kamara when he was out there. So it's like, why the hell are you going to just start throwing it to Devin Neal? I think Devin Neal was actually, no, maybe not. I was going to say maybe he was actually catching.
What was he doing with Shuck though the last few weeks?
Say that again.
What was Kamara doing with Tyler Shuck?
2 or 3 targets every week. I'll go all the way back to week 7. So Shuck's only played a few games. So I don't know. It's not looking good. He's going to have to make it up on the ground against Miami. I think I'm benching Neal. Probably Bucky.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Neal and Bucky.
Yeah, I'm starting Jaylen Warren over Bucky. I'm starting Judkins over Bucky, I think, too.
I don't mind benching Pittman either.
He was the last matchup. One. If you're benching Pittman, then you're starting Bucky, I would say.
I might start Neal over Bucky.
Ballsy. I mean, not really,
Ricky says, like, yeah, if you're kind of leaning, this is definitely like a go with your gut here as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine benching Pittman, and I'd probably bench Bucky. But if you wanted to bench Neal, I'm fine with that too. It's kind of a toss-up there. But I'm for sure going to start Franklin, Judkins, Warren, whether it's Jalen or Tyler.
Yeah. I didn't even think about Tyler Warren. I mean, I kind of did, but I was like, there's no way. I don't know why I thought that. But, yeah. And the good way to look at benching Pittman, if he is scary, if he does have like a good game, he's probably not going to have a great game where you feel really stupid for benching him. Like he's not going to go off for 30. So you can take a little bit of solace in that, I guess.
Yeah. So Pittman and then Pittman, Bucky, Neal, two of those 3, I think, is the way to go there, Ricky. Go with your gut. You're a little bit scared of Pittman's matchup. I don't blame you. So then I would bench him and probably Bucky, but I don't. Yeah, it's a either way there. So let's get to these last couple, and then we do have to take off. You made the trade, or you may accept it.
He already made it.
Oh, you already made it. Okay, nice.
That's how I'm reading that.
I think it's the way, man. If you want to win it, go for it. Big money league. Sutton or Marvin Harrison Jr. PPR. Oof. I'm going to go Marv, man. The way Brissett's been playing, I'm going to go Marv.
I'm going to go back to Marv, too.
Have Brissett and Marvin Harrison lined up yet? They have to have.
They must have. Yeah, he's only missed 2 games.
Yeah.
Marv has the last 2. So let's see. Yeah, because Brissett's been starting since week 6. God, that's kind of crazy to think about,
I
right?
know.
Like where it's like, damn, it's been that long.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
just like what? Marv had 10 targets and 12 targets in weeks 9 and 10. 7 for 96 and a touchdown, 3 for 33 and a touchdown. The other 2 games he started with Brissett were not so bueno, 2 for 32 and 2 for 58. So, but maybe they're getting a little more in rhythm.
Yeah.
It's nice that we've got the emergence of Michael Wilson a little bit to kind of maybe pull some coverage from Marv. I know some teams will like, I don't think like Michael Wilson's going to draw the toughest coverage necessarily, but I know some teams will be like, all right, stick the best guy on the number 2 guy and then double team the number 1 guy, kind of a thing. So I don't know, but yeah, I think it's Marv.
Yeah, I agree there. To start, by the way.
Yeah, Marv to start.
Yeah, no problem, Ricky. It's a tough one, but I think that's the way I would go. 2 of those 3 there. So, all right, guys, we're going to take off. Games are starting up here soon. So, enjoy your Sunday. It's not the greatest slate of games, but it's football. We only have 5 more weeks of the regular season. Is that right? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 5 more weeks of it. I mean, we have 2 more weeks of the fantasy regular season, 5 more weeks of – wait, am I doing wrong there? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Is there 17 or 18?
18.
So 18, right? So 6 more weeks, 5 more weeks of fantasy stuff, and that's if you make it all the way to the championship. So I could see Frosty it happening just because like he just needs to fall into – he could have a Judkins-like game where he gets a bunch of carries, he gets in the end zone twice. It doesn't look pretty, but he falls into the end zone, throws on 50 more yards, and you're looking at a 17-point game. So, he's going to get a lot of the work and he's going to get some catches. So I think he's played well enough to where I think he could have a decent game for sure. So, and I think that the offense can move the ball to a certain extent, right? So,
yeah. Oh, I thought you froze.
No, sorry, I
Yeah.
just got tagged somewhere. But anyways, guys, yeah, appreciate you all. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow after the game, Monday night. See ya.
Bye.